We find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. You talk about this Lions defense. They come into this.
Get to the football. Fly to the ball carrier. And you know how you can tell that they do it really well? At the end of each play, when you click off the frame, count the number of guys that are around the ball carrier. It's always 7, 8, 9 guys. They get to him.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Play after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter. But that time, they were up to the challenge.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Quick throw to Collins. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Dawson. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, it's Hurts. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
He's got a man, complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's good, and they've jumped out to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Buying time to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Give him 32 on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And it'll be intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, Brad, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
79 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. He finds his man, complete. It's Lawson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Really an excellent run. Sidestepping tacklers on his way to a pickup of 8. They're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. The Vikings at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking...
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Hurts. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down. Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Vikings take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it makes the score 21-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play, but sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And got his man complete. A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
And he's going to be taken down. Back on the 35-yard line. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think if this... We have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Up the middle they go. It's Dawson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So they do come up with their first points of the game, but Charles, the question is going to shift to their defense.
Yeah, the way things have gone, 3 points could become insignificant fast if this grows to 28-3 or 35-3. They need this defense to come up with a stop, and they need to do it now.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Open man right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. 123 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll look to throw here. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And O'Reilly's over here in this first half. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Got his man. It's Williams. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to give him a little bit of credit for fortitude there. 4th and inches, and they don't run the football. Normally, you just wedge your way through, fall forward, find the yardage. They took a shot and put it in the air, and it paid off.
Maybe they saw the defense overcommitting.
A lot of confidence there, though, because even if they overcommit, you just want to make sure.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And he's into the clear. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick six, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go. It's a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. They'll set up to throw. Being chased out left. He's got it to Williams. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here, as this is toward the sideline. At their own 44-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That second down play nets a -4.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Lawson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Vikings extend their lead yet again. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Touchdown! Jamison Williams, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game, despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. At the 19-yard line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned.
The Vikings on third down. No problems to this point. A perfect 5 for 5. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll drop to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Dawson. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Steps away to his left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can...
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they get it to him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 16. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dawson. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They run the counter. It's Dawson, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Throwing is Hurts. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And some room to maneuver. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 181 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 43-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading